You should know that there is a YouTuber called Dad, How Do I? That explains everyday things that might need a father figure to help you with. His dad walked out on him when he was 12. He makes maintenance videos for people with no dad. It's just basic stuff, but I know friends of mine that have watched his videos in the last couple of weeks, and it has made a real positive difference to their life. He does videos from how to tie a tie to even how to check your car's oil. Very helpful stuff that everyone who doesn't have a dad or just wants some do-it-yourself tips should know. You should know that if you have children, or even just someone who really loves you, you shouldn't avoid being in pictures. My mom was the type of person who hated pictures. She thought she was ugly, so she avoided them like the plague. Most memories I have involve her behind the camera, not in front of it. She passed away unexpectedly 5 years ago. Yesterday was the anniversary, and when she died, my siblings and I combed through family photos, online pictures, anything we could think of to find some way to see our mom again. There are only 3, 2 of which are a side view and the other is blurry. I keep her driver's license because it's the only head-on, smiling picture I have to remember her by. Please don't avoid taking pictures if you have children, because I promise you we do not see ugly, we do not see fat, we do not see flaws. We see our parents, our mommy, the person we love so much and will miss so much when you pass. Let us have a way to look at you again even after you're gone. You should know that if you own a Samsung Smart TV that has ads, you can block them by adding ads.samsung.com to your block list on your internet router. Have a Samsung Smart TVs with ads that were annoying as hell. Found out they can be blocked and tried it. It worked. You should know that Amazon has a serious problem with counterfeit products, and it's all because of something called commingled inventory. Anecdotally, the problem is getting severe. I used to buy all my household basics on Amazon: shampoo, toothpaste, etc., and I've gotten a very high rate of fake products over the past 2 years or so. Specifically, most recently, I bought a bottle of shampoo that seemed really odd and gave me a pretty serious rash on my scalp. I contacted the manufacturer, and they confirmed it was a fake. Amazon will offer to give your money back if you send it back, but that's all the protection you have as a buyer. Since I started noticing this issue, I've gotten counterfeit batteries, counterfeit shampoo, and counterfeit guitar strings, and they were all sold by Amazon.com. It got so bad that I completely stopped using Amazon. The bigger question is, what the hell is going on? This didn't seem to be a problem, say, 5 years ago. I started looking into why this was the case, and I found a pretty clear answer: commingled inventory. Basically, it works like this. As we know, Amazon has third-party sellers that have their products fulfilled by Amazon. These sellers send in their products to be stored at an Amazon warehouse. When a buyer buys that item, Amazon will ship the products directly to buyers. Sounds straightforward enough, right? Here's the problem. Though Amazon treats all items with the same SKU as identical. So let's say I am a third-party seller on Amazon, and I am selling Crest toothpaste. I send 100 tubes of Crest toothpaste to Amazon for Amazon fulfillment, and then 100 tubes are listed by me on Amazon. The problem is that my tubes of Crest aren't entered into the system as solitary storefront Crest toothpaste. They are just entered as Crest toothpaste and thrown into a bin with all the other Crest toothpaste. Even the main sold by Amazon.com stock. You can see why this is not good. If you go and buy something from Amazon, you'll be sent a product that literally anyone could have sent in. It's basically become a big flea market with no accountability, and even Amazon themselves don't keep track of who sent in what. It doesn't matter if you buy it directly from Amazon or a third-party seller with 5-star reviews, or a third-party seller with 1-star reviews. Regardless, someone at the warehouse is going to go to the Crest toothpaste bin, grab a random one, and send it to you. And it could have come from anywhere. This is especially bad because it doesn't just allow for counterfeit items, it actively encourages it. If I'm a shady dude, I can send in a bunch of fake Crest toothpaste. I get credit for those items and can sell them on Amazon. Then when someone buys it from me, my customer will probably get a legitimate tube that some other seller or Amazon themselves sent in. My fake tubes will just get lost in the mix, and if someone notices it's fake, some other poor seller will likely get the bad review. Return. I started looking around Amazon's reviews, and almost every product has some percent of people complaining about counterfeit products, or products where the safety seal was removed and re-added. It's not everyone, of course, but it seems like some percent of people get fake products pretty much across the board, from vitamins to lotions to toothpastes, and everything else. Seriously, go check any household product right now and read the one-star reviews, and I guarantee you'll find photos of fake products, items with needle punctures in the safety seals, etc., etc. It's rampant. Now, sure, some of these people might be lying, but I doubt they all are. In the end, this commingled inventory has created a pretty serious counterfeit problem on Amazon, and it can actually be a really serious problem if you're buying vitamins, household cleaners, personal hygiene products, etc. And there is literally nothing you can do about it, because commingled inventory also means that sold by Amazon and seller reviews are completely meaningless. You should know that Sikh temples can provide a free meal, a safe place, or a temporary shelter if you ever need it. Anyone can visit the temple irrespective of their native language, sexual orientation, or religious beliefs. Above all, they will never try to convert you. Why you should know, if you ever need any of these things, just look for the nearest Sikh temple. While you're there, please respect their culture and cover your hair while you're in the prayer hall or in Langar Hall. A Langar Hall is where the food is served. If you like, you can also volunteer to help in the kitchen and elsewhere. You should know that apologizing to your children and admitting when you're wrong is what teaches them to have integrity. There are a lot of parents with this philosophy of what I say goes. I'm the boss. Everyone bow down to me. I can do no wrong. This approach is detrimental to raising children who take accountability for their own actions. They need to see you admit to your faults, and you do owe them an apology when you mess up, even if you happen to think that seems stupid because they're just a kid. Children learn by example, and they pick up on so many nuances, minutiae, and unspoken truths. You aren't fooling them into thinking you're perfect by refusing to admit mistakes. You're teaching them that to apologize is shameful and should be avoided at all costs. You cannot treat a child one way and then expect them to comport themselves in the opposite manner. You should know, the term genuine leather, it is not to reassure you that their product is made of leather. Rather, it's the name of the lowest grade of leather a company can use. The term genuine leather is a marketing term to sell the lowest quality leather possible. When purchasing a leather product, look for full-grain leather or top-grain leather instead. These will provide a much higher quality cut of leather that will look and feel much better and last for much longer. You should know the easiest way to make sure your kid fights you on every chore is to avoid saying thank you. I'm a teacher. Every year, I get at least one parent who tells me that they just expect their kids to do their chores, and they won't ever say thank you for doing them. Then these parents wonder why their kids fight them on chores. These same parents often tell me they don't understand why their kids put so much effort into my class. It's really very easy. I thank them for their answers in class. I thank them for helping their classmates. I thank them for picking up after a lab. I thank them when they give their presentations. Every opportunity I have to do it, I say thank you. My mom always gave me an enthusiastic thank you when my sister and I did chores. As a result, we always did them, often without being asked. We said thank you when she made dinner. A home culture of saying thank you is a very easy and effective way to improve adult-teen relationships, and you'll have happier teens too. You should know Yellowstone is not overdue for an eruption. Not only is that not how volcanoes work, only 5 to 15% of the magma in the magma chamber under the volcano is actually molten. The rest is completely solid and stable. That isn't to say that the volcano could never have another super eruption, but scientists do not believe it ever will. The overdue myth stems from the average time between the 3 eruptions in the volcano's life, which is the average of 2 numbers, which is functionally useless. But even if it wasn't useless, and it was rock-solid evidence of an eruption, we still wouldn't be overdue. There's still 100,000 years to go before we reach the average time between eruptions. You should know that there's this amazing website called Documentary Mania, which literally has hundreds if not thousands of free documentaries sorted by themes or topics. It is fast and with no annoying ads. Why you should know, I have always been a curious guy who loves watching a good documentary. The other day I had a really boring physics lecture, and I thought that maybe if I watched Cosmos, a space-time odyssey, that would ignite a little spark to make my lectures more enjoyable. The thing is, where I am from, I couldn't find it anywhere. Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc. Miraculously, I stumbled to this site, which looked very suspicious in the beginning. However, the online viewing quality is great, the download speed is decent, and the few docs I watched even come with subtitles. Moreover, as the docs are sorted by themes, I found more than 10 I was interested in and added them to a potential playlist. I am very happy with this site, which I know sounds too good to be true. So far, I haven't had a single problem. Enjoy. You should know that it doesn't matter if you are skinny, fat, fit, or none of the above. Do not be intimidated by others in the gym. If you are in the gym working out, nobody else gives a fork about what you're doing but you. If you are reluctant about starting, continuing, or ending your personal fitness journey because you are self-conscious about your size, form, or anything else that can riddle you with anxiety, then know this: nobody else in the gym beside you cares about what you are doing. It doesn't matter if you're in there trying to lose weight, put on size, or just maintain a somewhat healthy lifestyle. Everyone in the gym is working towards a common goal: bettering themselves. There isn't a single person in the entire gym that knows everything. There are so many different styles and techniques that it's nearly impossible. Don't expect someone to approach and help critique you because there is a fear of coming off as a know-it-all or a brick, even though that's never the intention. But I guarantee if you ask someone who looks like they know what they are doing, they would be more than happy to help. All you have to do is ask. Some of the nicest people I've met are the strongest guys, gals in the gym at any given time. I say this because I witnessed it happen at the gym today. Someone with not a lot of experience was in a workout room that eventually filled with 3/4 bigger guys. While it was just him and I in there, he was just doing his thing. After they got there, he did maybe 2 more sets before putting his weight away and hastily grabbing his jacket to leave the gym. To anyone that knows how to read people, anxiety was written all over his face. I could be wrong, but I do believe it's why he left. Don't let other people intimidate you into not working towards your goals. Everyone starts somewhere, and nobody knows it all. Keep on trying your best, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. You should know the face mask exemption card is fake, and you are more than allowed to refuse service to someone using it. So there are people using something called a face mask exemption card that claims they are exempt from wearing a mask under the ADA because of mental and/or physical risk to me, and that refusal of service would be violating the ADA. These cards are completely fake, aren't enforceable, and the website on the card doesn't even exist. Take the card, inspect it carefully, and then throw it in the trash right before you throw the entitled Karen out of your establishment. You should know that people dealing with depression can find it incredibly hard to maintain contact with friends and family. If someone hasn't been in touch for months, don't assume they're a bad friend. This is prompted by the comments on our Facepalm post with lots of people saying if someone hasn't checked up on you this year, they're a shitty friend. There's no excuse, etc. Why you should know, over the years I've known friends and family withdraw from the world for months on end because of depression or other illnesses. They often carry a lot of guilt about this, and it becomes a self-perpetuating issue because they're afraid of the response they'll get when they eventually do make contact again. You often won't know what's going on with them, they'll just drop off the radar. But these people will need your friendship and support more than ever when they begin to engage with the world again. So if someone goes quiet, don't write them off as a shitty friend. Be open-minded about their reasons, give them space, time, and understanding, and be ready to pick up the threads again when they're ready. Citation needed for sub-rules about health flare. Here's an NHS document that describes withdrawal from social activity as symptom of depression. You should know if your kid doesn't leave their room often, you shouldn't make a scene out of it when they do. My dad always did this to me, and it made me never want to leave my room and walk by him, making seemingly small comments like, "Look who finally came out of their cave," can be taken as being shamed for staying in their room, which makes them leave their room less often to avoid the shaming. You should know that if something's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. A wise man once said that. I can't remember where I heard it, but it boils down to this. Why you should know, if something is important, it's usually better to half-ash it than it is to not do it at all. Some examples: Got a big test tomorrow and not up to studying? Study for 15 minutes. A 40 is much better than a 0. Don't feel like working out today? Go for a walk. Too busy for breakfast? Drink a cup of milk. Stayed up too late? Go to bed right now. 3 hours of sleep is superior to none? The pile of dirty dishes too daunting? Wash 5. Can't do the whole yard? Mow the front. The principle can be applied to various situations in life. Oftentimes you may find that after you get started, you feel motivated to complete the task. But if not, hey, you did part of it, and that's nothing to sneeze at, and it's certainly better than nothing. You should know, Sal Khan, founder and CEO of Khan Academy, created over 6,500 videos that can educate you on almost every topic in physics, math, astrology, history, economics, and finance for free. His videos are great extensions to learning and help fill gaps of knowledge. You should know that just because someone appears confident and sociable doesn't mean they don't have anxiety. This misconception has always bothered me. A lot of people tend to associate people with anxiety, depression, other mental health conditions to be for quiet, reserved introverts. While this can be true, it isn't always the case. So many people get shocked. Don't believe me when I open up about my personal issues because I am an extrovert and a performer and seem to do people-related things effortlessly. This is just the fake it till you make it method. Never made it loy. Most things still terrify me. I can't tell you the number of times I've been told I'm just fishing for attention if I let people know. This has just made me more and more reserved on an emotional level, and now I hate talking about feelings even when it's someone I can trust. My panic attacks have gotten worse, and I have a hard time reaching out for help when I know I need it. Please be mindful of people in general, regardless of whether they seem socially reserved or not. You never know what they are going through. Making a judgment of someone based on their exterior personality only pushes them away. Just because someone is good at something does not mean it is a pleasant and comfortable position for them to be in. You should know service dog etiquette is to leave them alone as to not distract the dog's focus. So if they come to you for attention, immediately locate their owner, as they could be using a last-ditch effort to get help. They will usually follow you, whine, bark, or otherwise try to grab your attention if this is the case. You should know, if you think someone is following you while driving, take for right or left turns to confirm if they really are. If they are still behind you after the last turn, immediately call 911. Basically drive in a circle to confirm if they really are following you. If they're still behind you after the last turn, don't think twice. Immediately call 911.